Hello, love, and welcome to the Perfume Indies You Should Know. This is your soft corner of YouTube where we explore luxurious, artistic, under the radar fragrance houses that absolutely deserve a place on your vanity. If you adore scent identity, smelling like your highest self, and fragrance rituals, you will love my book, The Perfume Playground. It teaches you how to select, layer, and embody perfumes with intention. The link is in the description, in my bio, and anywhere for you to get started. Discover Vice of Vieve, the indie house crafting bold, effortless, and identity shifting perfumes. In this episode of Indies You Should Know, I'm sharing exactly how I discovered the brand, the moment it hooked me, why it became an instant favorite, and how it may elevate your own fragrance rituals. So I want to tell you all about Vice of Vive, and I just want to say like the branding is really my favorite because my obviously I'm Brittany Rose and I love roses. So I guess I should back up. This year has been such a growth in my fragrance journey. And that's where this started. Right at this time last year of 2024, I decided that 2025 is going to be the year that I elevated my scent game. I literally started with something like this. I was a body mist girl through and through. I didn't even really put that much thought into my scent until it came to going out or, going on dates. So the pivotal moment for me was actually one of those moments where I was getting ready to go on a date, and I had done so much inner work, and I went to look at my perfume collection and all I saw were body mists looking back at me. I was like, oh no, something has to change. So that was the start of my perfume journey. So I do what any type A researcher girl does, and I started doing my research. I started to join Facebook groups for scent. I started to make wish lists, and I'll be honest though, because I was new, I started with a lot of things like, what is your favorite thing to have or do, right? Or not do, my apologies. What is your favorite scent or what gets the most compliments? Those used to be my searches. And then from the most compliments, I would make a list there and start my little fragrance journey. And that helped. I started with La Vie Belle, lots of department retail, easy to grab. But there was this one brand that kept being mentioned, and it was Vice of Vieve. And this was right around my birthday. So when I found the brand, I saw the roses and I just immediately fell in love and I wanted it. And then the site was closed. To my surprise, being new to the fragrance world, I realized that some of these indies have open windows. And when I found Vice of Vive, she was actually in a closed window. And I was like, oh, I'm never going to get it. And, all the things I thought. But fortunately, she has such wonderful products and a great community. There's actually a subset of people who provide samples, who kind of swap and sell what they already have, what they might want to, they didn't fall in love with. So I started with a few of 15 milliliters that I bought from someone else. And Out of Your Tax Bracket was one of my first scents from her, which is a beautiful, very light floral. It's like the freshest bouquet you've ever smelled in a perfume, in my opinion. And then another one was Aloof, which it literally smells like winter air, the little bit of wood, and it's just a little bit of sweetness. She does really good with vanillas. So I finally zeroed in on, some samples, and there was one scent that hooked me from the beginning, and that is this little beauty right here. It is called Liquid Luck. So if you're familiar with a popular perfume called Happy Dust, Liquid Luck is like Happy Dust times 10 with marshmallow. And if you are new to Genevieve is owner. She does such a wonderful vanilla. So I remember the girl who sold me like a 10 milliliter of liquid luck, and I was hooked. Let me see if I could get the rose to you. There we go. We're not backwards in this one. Okay. So it beautiful, and I was hooked. So I had to wait a few months, and then eventually I got my first order in, which included both of these. She also has concentrated perfume oils, body butters, etc. So that was how I found Vice of Vieve. I had started my fragrance journey. I was looking for most complimented, longest lasting, and I kept seeing VOV. So I had to go see what this brand was about. So even though I'm new, I have smelled a lot of perfumes over the last year. Here's why Vice of Vive stands out to me. The brand, does an amazing job at creating long-lasting, projecting, and unique quality scents. And what I mean by that is when I put something on a VOV, I don't like hope it's gonna last all day. I'm not afraid of it fading by lunch. Hers like go all day. And I don't know how she does it in each one, but each one smells really good, even though now, every scent is not my cup of tea as long with anyone else. But I find that if you don't certainly like something, that doesn't mean the scent was bad. It was just the preferences of your nose. So I just really, really enjoy the quality, the long lasting, and again, she just makes it smell amazing. And she does so well in each scent family. She does great at sweets. She did really good at aquatics this year, which is something I learned about. She's great at florals, great at gourmands, woody, so she has cultivated this like awesome brand that lasts long, that makes you feel good. And let me tell you, she is so creative. She pumps out new ones back to back. She does have some inspirations, but it's fun. And well, the one thing that I can say is that it does feel good investing in something that feels high end, that feels luxury. And again, didn't need to be pushed too hard because the roses called me in. One thing that I did not expect with my Vice of Vive collection is that it helped me actually shift my self-concept. So this is a little bit of a God testimony mixed with a perfume testimony. Vice of Vive helped me shift into my Bible girl era, which pretty much means that I signified a very important time in my life with Vice of Vive. I got baptized again, born again this July of 2025, and I knew I wanted something to anchor in my senses to signify this change. So I chose her, like, one of her newer scents at the time, but I saw the notes and I knew it had to be it. And the name, it's me. So, but I chose Soft Life Wife as like my new identity scent, my new identity in Christ. And so, I encourage you to get a little bit deeper with your perfumes. Like, have one that makes you feel confident. Have one that signifies that life change for you. Because every time I put this on, it puts me in the frequency of that girl who is reborn, who is new, who is loved and cherished. You know what I mean? All of those new things just from spraying a perfume. So. I love Vice of Vive for so many reasons, but of course, I hope you love it too. Please let me know if you've tried Vice of Vive before or if that's someone that's been on your radar. And if you're not quite sure what an indie is, an indie is like a smaller individual perfume house. They're not quite as big as the designers, and they don't tend to have like clothing lines like some designers do. And they're not quite as maybe high end as niche. I'm still learning the difference between those two. But yeah, so I'm going to just end with some of my favorites and give you a little bit of ASMR with my Christmas nails. Okay, so I love Soft Life Wife because this was my like self-concept rebirth with Vice of Vive, which I really appreciate. I'm gonna just put them back as I do them here. So my next favorite is Bedroom Vanilla Mallow. When I tell you, let me get this little head out of this one has been one of the most ultimate compliment getters for me. And that's not the only reason why I like it, but it has that almond note that I love. If you saw my live unboxing my two first Vice of Eve butters, you'll know that both of those had almond in it. So clearly, almond is one of my favorite notes. I do love almond as a note because it feels very cozy. It's very calming and it's just one of my favorites. So another one is Baby's Breath, and it is a beautiful, sweet vanilla baby powder. Smells like an elevated baby powder with that sweet of vanilla, and it's so nice. I'm actually going to wear this one tomorrow with the new butter I just got. Bossy Flossy, which is actually a newer one. I love this one because it is like an elevated, and you'll probably hear me say elevated a lot when it comes to Vice of Eve, but it just always feels like fancy. This is a cotton candy with a bit of musk and caramel, but it's like a grown-up cotton candy. It's fancy cotton candy. It's so this was an instant bub for me, and bub means backup bottle. I have a bub of Bedroom Vanilla Mallow, and of course I have a bub of Soft Life Wife because to me that's like it's a very special scent to me now. It's got to be Sticky Fingers. So, as a girl who never thought she would like spices, I have fallen in love with Sticky Fingers, and this is the best part of the cinnamon roll. It has all the things you love when you look for a cinnamon roll scent. That cinnamon, the sweet, the icing, but it doesn't have the yeast. I noticed when I would find cinnamon roll scents, and don't get me wrong, I love them, the yeast sometimes can get a little heavy and you do end up like walking around like bread, smelling like bread, which is fine. But for me, I would walk around smelling like bread. So that might not happen to you, but has happened to me. So those were my like current top favorites at the moment. I will like share a picture at the end of my collection prior to my winter Christmas haul. So this collection is growing and she has some in the works that I cannot wait. One of her first roses is coming out soon, at least that I've seen, and some vanilla. I think it's like cashmere caviar or something like that. I don't know, but I totally think Vice of Vieve is an indie that you should know. So make sure you're subscribed to me, follow her, and make sure you get in line because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna see you in the Vice of Vieve group. Thank you for joining me today, loves. I so appreciate you taking the time to learn about the indie, one of my favorite indie houses, Vice of Vieve. I'm gonna go ahead and give Sticky Fingers one more shout out, because that's my favorite. If Vice of Vieve has sparked your curiosity, or if you're ready to curate a fragrance collection that feels aligned to your identity, make sure you grab the Perfume Playground. I teach you everything from layering to lasting power to building a signature scent wardrobe. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell so you never miss an episode of Indies You Should Know. This is part one of four, so there will be three more to come. I'm going to drop one once a week. And comment below any indies you think I should try, any indies you want to see a review on, or drop your favorite one so I could go see myself. Comment below if you have a favorite Vice of Eve set too. I love discovering new gems with you. I'll see you in the next video, Queen.